guys, Romie here. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. Yes, I'm wearing this because of this episode. This is my review for Empire Season 4, Episode 12, Sweet Sorrow. So the episode starts off with Cookie. She's in the ambulance and, excuse me, she's now at the hospital. Lucius is trying to figure out what's going on. They don't know yet because they couldn't run tests yet. We see this flashback of, Cookie freaking out because her father also had a heart attack. Or it might have been Carol or, that other sister, the uppity one. But anyway, we flash forward to now everyone's at the hospital. And when I say everyone, Hakeem, Jamal, Lucius, even Andre shows up. But they kick Andre out because, you know what, we're still all equally upset at Andre. But we're going to focus on Cookie and making sure that she's okay. We don't get to see if she's okay or not yet because Lucius has to go and he's going to do his own version of praying. Hakeem and Jamal are going to do, the more traditional route of prayer, which I'm saying, yes, good. But it was funny that Hakeem was one that brought it up. So like, oh, so now you pray? He said, I pray every night over my baby girl. And I said, good for you, Hakeem. Good for you. We come back from Lucius having his moment because Lucius had a moment. Lucius essentially threatened God. Lucius threatened God, said, you're not going to go and take my cookie away from me or else there's going to be hell to pay. He took down the cross with Jesus on it and was yelling at it and had it on the ground. I said, now Lee, you're doing a little bit too much right now. I mean, you usually do too much. So this is actually right on track, but I'm like, you're doing a little bit too much for me right now, but I'm gonna try and continue to rock with this for now. For now, let's keep going. But it's realistic. A lot of people would have had that feeling if they felt like, why are you doing this to me type of thing. So I get it. Cookie gets the news that she did have a heart attack. I said, oh God. But it was a minor one. Because it was a minor one, she doesn't have to get any stents put in her heart. They don't have to go and do any pacemakers, anything drastic like that. But she will have to calm down. And we know Cookie is not about calming down. Lucius comes in to see his Cookie. Cookie's trying to downplay it, but Lucius is really scared. He's really scared for his Cookie. Now we see Eddie with his second wife, apparently, and she's trying to sell her condo. She's trying to sell her high-rise condo. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to this rapper. And she's able to convince him. She's very smooth with it, and she's attractive, so she's able to convince him. She's looking at Eddie, though, like, I can't believe I have to actually do this. I'm only doing this because we're broke. And why is it you're spending money with that other trick? I mean, with that, unclassy hood chick, that other wife of yours. And he said, what we're doing is we're coming up with a master plan. Don't worry about it. We have it covered. Don't worry about it. Mind you, Cookie's now back at home. Cookie has her Chanel scarf, head wrap. Cookie has the feather boa. She's always ready. Cookie is always in Cookie mode. So Lucius is trying to have everything calm down. Has their room decked out with the best hospital equipment. But she wants to work. She wants to work. She's looking at herself with Empire. She's talking to Jamal. And she wants Jamal to just go and focus on what he needs to do to rehab his career. Hakeem also needs to go and do a track with Tiana. Do this for mommy. So then in comes Andre. And Cookie finally gets to tell Andre how she really feels. And I was wondering when this was going to happen. Because I was thinking to myself, now Cookie can't feel too great about what Andre did regardless of the reason. And of course she doesn't. Cookie felt like, we're still family. I know we don't treat each other like family a lot, but we're still family. To go that extra route, to plan, to plan and plot to kill your father. That's some other level stuff. And I said, you know what? That's true. Lucius has still been trashed for so long that I'm desensitized to it. But for a normal situation, the plotting of someone's death, that's a lot. That's a lot. Not even I mean, that's worse, honestly, than just in a fit of passion and rage going and doing something. Because that's saying, after really thinking about it, you still want to kill them. Uh, so she essentially just puts out there that she still loves him, but it's going to take time. No hugs, no this and that, no looking at you a little sideways. So I said, you know what, that's fair enough, Cookie, that's fair enough. Because Andre was blaming himself, and is all of this his fault as far as his mom having the heart attack? No. Is it partially? Yeah. Of course there has to be an extra catalyst. Cookie was overworking herself and overdoing it like she always does, but that pushed her to the edge. As it would push a lot of people to the edge. Even if... Anyway. Becky is trying to talk to Jamal with all of these other people from Empire that we don't know about he needs to rehab his image. He wants to put out new music. Becky said, putting out new music while your image is tarnished won't do anything. Yeah, I'm gonna start naming off some people. Look, let me stop. And we need to get in front of this, do an interview instead. He doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to go and essentially talk about how what his actions were wrong. He doesn't want to do that. And Cookie, the voice of Cookie, comes out of nowhere through this speakerphone, says, "Boy, this is your mama. You better go and do this." So he agrees to do it so that she doesn't get stressed out. And then once Becky tells all the other people, okay guys, you can leave because Becky's running things right now, they finally get to have a conversation. Jamal's still over it that he did something. He's not proud of it, but now he has to officially apologize for it. More importantly, Becky still feels like she wants to go and get the abortion. Still feels like she doesn't want to tell J Papa. Jamal's her friend, so Jamal's telling her, I don't know about all of that, but yes, it is your choice, because Becky made it very clear, it is my choice, and we're like, yes, it is your choice, but it doesn't mean that you can't still double, triple, 100% think about it to the umpteenth time. Come on now, this is important. We want to make sure you make the best choice for you in this situation. And we see this moment of Becky potentially being vulnerable, and then she takes it back, like, no, I got it. Gotta be Superwoman, gotta be boss chick. Eddie is working. He's mentally massaging Tiana, telling her she needs to go and do the song. She's going to do it, for Cookie, but she doesn't want to go and record with Hakeem. I said, that's not going to work. There's this thing called chemistry, so that's not going to work. Cookie's over the fact that Lucius is trying to give her these healthy options, and Lucius just feels like, I'm trying to help you live. He's not saying it like that, but that's what we're all thinking. Andre talks to Shine, tells Shine, okay, I did something that, my conscience is clear, but maybe wasn't the smartest thing. I fell on the sword so that I could cover for you, and you, because I realized that if I were to go and rat you out, and my father would kill you, then your people would come after us. You would take some of us out. We would take some of yours out. You would take some of us out. We'd take some of yours out. I don't want the block to be hot. I want there to be peace. I want this to be over. Stop going after Empire. Stop trying to take it from under us. Stop taking the throne. And I'll keep my mouth zipped forever. You got it? I said, this is great, but you know how this show works. At some point, Shine's either going to get greedy again, or he's either going to get super greedy, or it'll come out some other way. Cookie, the one thing she didn't want was for her sisters to come. And guess who came? Carol and... Jesus, why do I always forget Vivica's name? What's her name? Candace! That's what. Their job is to keep Cookie from overdoing it, and she's over it. Lucius invited them, and that's big because they don't get along. So, and it's a big circle. I mean, Carol slept with Lucius. It's just a lot. Andre's finally on his due diligence. He realizes that he was looking into Shine's numbers, and Shine was underreporting, so he got that caught up. Eddie really appreciated it. because Eddie was kind of like the interim VP at one point, and he had to look over everything. But Andre double, triple checked Eddie's numbers because no one is exempt, and realized something's a little fugazi with everything that you're trying to do here. And that's when he finds out, well, you know what? He never actually answers the question. He always keeps deferring it back to Andre, putting it back on Andre, saying, you know, it was really nice working with you, and you were just so talented. But I guess, you know, that's over, and I guess you're no longer running the. I mean, since your mother and father are back at the helm, there's no real need for you. That's essentially what he was saying. You're really talented, and he was trying to boost his ego. I'm thinking Andre's head is clear. There's no woman, and there's no meds. So, or he's on his rightly calibrated medication. So Andre is not going to fall for the okie doke. He's one of the few people that's going to fall for the okie doke. Candace and Carol are trying to take away all of Cookie's things because Cookie won't stop. Cookie is a worker. Cookie feels like there's so much loose ends that I have to, because she was listening to the Hakeem and Tiana track and realized, no, that's not it. They're not, that's not going to work. And Carol almost has this, why don't we just let her do whatever she wants anyway? Back in Empire, Becky is trying to have a meeting with J Papa. That doesn't work out too well because he's pissed. He's hurt. He just wants to know, why did you break up with me? I thought we were good. And if we're not, tell me so that I can fix it because I love you. And he was over it. He was about to storm off. And so that's when Becky finally acknowledged, look, come here. Come a little closer. Come a little closer, baby. Look, I'm pregnant. And that look in his face from, to excitement and happy, and then nervousness because he realized, wait, why aren't you excited? I'm not planning on keeping it. And so that's when he gets back up and storms off because he loves Becky, and of course he would love to have a child with Becky, just like how she thought. And I'm sure the religious aspect comes into play as well. So he's pissed. He's pissed, or should I say more so, he's hurt. Cookie is essentially trying to do everything she can to get into contact with the people over at Empire. So now she's in the bathroom trying to take a call. Candace catches her and says, no, we're not doing that. Like I said, Jamal, he actually had an interview with Robin Roberts. So Robin was on this episode. And she's grilling him. First, we saw the video of Jamal beating up his ex-boyfriend. Then she talks about how then you get hit with a murder. Even though you're saying self-defense, you still end up killing someone. And Jamal's trying to say that he's not violent, and you can tell that he's very scripted with it. And Becky almost verbatim is mouthing what he should be saying. The problem is Jamal doesn't like the fact that Robin is essentially saying that he is violent, he needs to go into anger management. I said, Jamal needs a re-up on therapy. He needs at least a re-up on therapy, so you're not half wrong. Things can happen in your life to where you may need what I call a touch-up. And I feel like Jamal needs a touch-up. And that's the biggest problem, because he ends up saying, you know what, this is fake. The Dubois family, Angelo's family, came after my family, tried to, you know, create the downfall of my family. Remember, this was kind of public anyway, but the whole issue is now we have Jamal putting the blame on others, especially he killed someone. At the end of the day, he killed someone. So now it sounds like, okay, yeah, I did kill someone, but it's really their fault. That's not going to fly, especially with Jamal. Maybe Hakeem will have been able to get away with it because of the image that Hakeem has. But Jamal, you know, flowery, lovey-dovey, you're my one, we are one, Jamal, that's not going to work. So he storms off. He's like, I'm sorry, Robin, I respect you, but I can't do this. These interviews are stupid. I said, how are you She's saying you respect her, but this interview and these interviews are stupid. Cookie is having a conniption in that bed, and she wants to go talk to Jamal. She wants to go talk to Hakeem. It's too much. It's too much. She feels like she needs to do something. And Candace is saying, no, you need to get back in bed. What are you doing? Candace is saying, let Cookie be Cookie and do what she does. And Cookie keeps reiterating that what happened to Daddy is not going to happen to... It sounds weird coming out of my mouth. What happens to her father is not going to happen to her, you know, with a heart attack, and then he died. But they agree on something interesting, which I thought they were going to do anyway, which is, if we can't have Cookie and Empire, let's bring Empire to Cookie. And I said, okay, that's a good idea. That's a solid idea. And now the living room is being set up with these microphones, with the band, with the speakers, with all of it. The goal is to do a live studio recording with Tiana and Hakeem. Lucius is pissed because he's trying to figure out, I brought both of your sisters here and they couldn't do one simple job. I said, Lucius, you couldn't do it yourself. So that's the only reason why you invited them here to do it. So don't come here trying to go and place the blame on them. You are scared. And we're seeing a scared Lucius. And that's a Lucius that, I personally don't like seeing. But anyway, Cookie says, let the music be my therapy. Let it be my therapy. Becky and Jamal, they're at, you know, we're just going to say Planned Parenthood. Becky is looking around at the kids, other pregnant women, you know, second guessing herself. So she wants Jamal to distract him. Jamal apologizes for the interview thing. And Becky says, let's be very clear. I'm never heading up any interviews with you ever again. And then J Papa comes in. J Papa comes in, and I said, oh, where's this going to go? Are they going to go and talk Becky out of it? But I said, Becky is strong. That's not going to work on her. It's not. J Papa said, I prayed about it. And Becky said, oh, here we go. But I said, Becky, give him a chance. Give him a chance. This is a 2018 Christian. Very different. He said, you know what? I love you, which means I want to support you. I know you thought about this, so since you're going to continue to do this, I'm going to be here for you. And I said, oh, Jesus, that's love, because you know he wants a brown baby with Becky. Or Rebecca, I should say. Because I said, oh, hey, Rebecca. Anyway, so she goes in, and we're assuming that she actually went through with it. Now, Tiana and Hakeem, they initially go and give a run, you know, very unenthusiastic with the whole recording session, and Cookie gets pissed. So then she jumps up and she starts yelling at them because she has a Cookie and these wooden objects to hit people with. She's hitting the couch, she's hitting the table, but then she kind of has, and then Lucius is like, you need to stop. Hakeem was like, Mom. I said, I don't believe that, Mom. Try that again. Try that again. But he said, I'm not going to do this if this is going to stress you out. She said, no. What stressed me out is you two not acting professional. You're supposed to get the job done. You two, you can't act professional. We need the best quality. So then Tiana gives him a pep talk and says, why don't we go and do this? And of course, that's all Hakeem needed, to be happy, be wet behind the ears. And now they have a more energetic. Of course, this is already pre-recorded, so it pretty much sounds the same, or for the most part, but now we feel it because they're doing extra movements, and now they're selling it, and now they're just playing more of the song, and the beat's cool. So you really can't go wrong as long as you don't do too much, and they weren't. So I said, okay, this is cool. Pretty big shoes to fill. Talking about a relationship. I said, okay, all right, cool. Eddie calls his second wife and told her that he canceled the sale of the of their place because he's going to come into a lot of money soon. He has a big deal on the table and it's real. And then that's when Andre comes and says, I looked into the numbers and no, you're going to want to listen to me. So then they allow him to continue. Eddie has been doing some shady stuff. So then that's when Eddie gets called over. He's like, oh, Cookie, are you okay? Cookie didn't even answer him. Cookie said, so Andre was looking into the numbers and he informed us that, you know, the portfolio that you were creating, it just seemed like it wasn't just for Empire Extreme. It seemed like you were doing it for all of Empire, almost like you're trying to sell the company. And Lucius said, yeah, Eddie, buddy old pal, don't tell me you are trying to go and do some fugazi stuff like that. And then I thought Eddie was going to say Andre's crazy, but I said, ooh, Andre's medication is calibrated. That's not going to work. And he flipped it. He said, you're right. I said, ooh, really? You're right. I did. I sure did. I felt like Empire needs to grow. And this guy, Patel, he wants to go buy Empire, all of it, and make it into a big player. You guys don't understand. I hear these executives talk about Empire at these major labels, and they make fun of Empire, and they just say it's that hood, ratchet, ghetto record label, with them blacks over there. Them blacks over there, they can go, they're thugs, and they have their little piece of the pie, but it's not really doing much. Let's be very clear. Whenever someone actually, who's a big head honcho, whatever, is actually talking about you, that means you're making an impact. So that's why I was looking at Eddie like, that's not going to work. He was like, you know, Empire's good, but it could be huge. It could be another level. Cookie's looking at him like, so I brought you in here to help Empire? You were the one that actually told me not to sell Empire Extreme? And I'm thinking, yeah, because he thought it'd be smart to sell Empire as a whole. And he said, you two will still run Empire at the top. You'll be at the helms. You'll be the face, the brand. But they won't have control. They won't have control. They already fight for control with these investors that they strong-arm, essentially. So Lucius said, because we're friends, Eddie, because we're friends, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to bump out of my house. And then, what did Eddie say? Eddie said, oh, I'll get on a plane and I'll go and talk to Patel and tell him the deal's off. And then we'll be good. And here I am looking at Eddie like, we can't trust him. So then in the next scene, Cookie was talking to Thirsty, telling Thirsty you need to watch him. Watch him. I said, yes, Cookie, that's right. Lucius, why don't you go and call Thirsty? Lucius said, Andre. I said, oh, so at least when it comes to the money in the business, you still have enough trust in Andre. Oh, okay, that was interesting. Sidebar, he probably just wanted to get Andre out of town so he didn't have to look at him right now. And then Cookie was on her phone and you just kept hearing it beeping and she was saying messages, getting messages, and she was like, okay, it's no problem. Lucius was professing his love and saying he doesn't want anything to happen to her, and I just couldn't believe that I felt bad for him because I said, oh wow, Lucius really loves him some Cookie. And then when he thought, okay, Cookie, you just need some rest, and was going to leave her alone, she dropped the phone and started to, just freak out because it finally hit her. She kept diving into work because she's really terrified that she's going to die. She feels like she's going to die. She doesn't want to die. Things are finally coming together, and it's like, now the Lord wants to take me away? Really? So Lucius, again, says he loves her. She loves him. And they're going to figure it out. I said, okay, this was a cute episode. Next week looks like where the mess is really going to kick in. So I'll be back. Please like, comment, subscribe. Look at my reaction video for my full reaction video for Cardi B's album.